if you're the person in your group of 10 friends who's starting to do real estate investing, I think we're at a point now where your friends don't look at you and say you're crazy. They actually say that, hey, I'd love to get involved in some of that. How can I do some of these deals with you?
A lot of times, I guess with the IRA stuff, if we're not close to 59 and a half or whatever that is.
And say you look like you're 28.
Hey man, yeah, I don't drink the caffeine, so maybe that. So my question is, I guess, what would be some of the tax risks that you would take in terms of moving the money out? Like, if you use it for real estate, do I now have to put it back within a certain time? Am I going to be penalized and I got to pay the fee? Like, what would be some of the tax risks that you have to make sure to avoid?
Companies like mine, Rocket Dollar, we are an IRA provider. So when I say that you make a transfer of your Fidelity IRA, there are no tax consequences. So the other thing that I also hear is that when people get started in real estate, they tell me that in if they're telling me it's because it worked out for them, right? The person who it didn't work out for isn't going to tell me this at a conference, break room conversation. But the a lot of people come up to me at these conferences and say, hey, my first deal, I wish I'd known because I cashed out of my 401k or cashed out of my IRA. Then I had to pay the tax penalty plus taxes on the money that I took out that year. It worked out because I ended up becoming a successful real estate investor. Again, they're only going to tell me that they took that cash out if it actually worked for them. But in the case that I'm describing here, that helps you avoid that situation because we're an IRA provider. So if you open the account with us and then move an old 401k or an IRA to it, it's a like kind account. So there is no tax consequence. So you're keeping that tax deferral shield and not taking that penalty. Or if you send someone to us, they're doing the same thing. It's a like kind account. So they're not actually taking that penalty. Now, the caveat is to the second part of your question. Whenever people do real estate using these accounts, though, then everything has to go back into that account. So you can't own a rental property and then keep the income that comes from it. Okay. It's got to go back into that account and will continue to accrue tax deferred until you're 59 and a half. So you need to understand that if you're doing this, you're diversifying a little bit of the way you own some of these properties. Maybe like, you've done three traditional way and you're reinvesting your income or using a part of it. You're using your accelerated depreciation, your cost segregation analyses and so forth, and doing what you can with your tax strategist to minimize, taxes owed. But the fourth property you do this way, and you don't worry about any of that stuff. Like you buy the property outright using the account, money comes in, like the income for the midterm rental, the short-term rental, or the long-term rental, depending on how you do it. And that cash actually just keeps accumulating inside the account. And then hopefully you build up enough to where you can do second property or you become a hard money lender yourself, because it might take a while to get another $250,000, $300,000, but pretty easy to get up to like 50,000 in 1 year if you're not taking any income out. And all of a sudden you could be the lender to someone else, like someone else in the community that you know.